everyone, Alexa Dunn here, and today I am debunking 8 literary agent myths. These are things that I've heard a lot of people saying that are really inaccurate or false about literary agents and how they work. I've seen this on Reddit, I've seen this on Twitter, I've seen this on YouTube. So I compiled a list of the ones that really drive me around the twist that I think are unfair and really misrepresent what literary agents do, what they can do for you, and really lead people astray from seriously considering traditional publishing who might otherwise thrive in that area. So the first myth about literary agents is that you have to be famous or know someone to get a literary agent, that they're only signing celebrities and people who already have connections to the publishing industry. And this just isn't true. As many disadvantages as there are to the gatekeeper system of traditional publishing, the great thing about literary agents, why they exist and what they do, is you truly can be anyone, and as long as you have a good book that an agent thinks can sell, you can get a literary agent. This is what the slush is for. Slush is when you send the unsolicited query to a literary agent pitching your book with some sample pages to get them interested in reading. Most authors who get book deals find their agents through the slush, and they didn't have a personal connection to that agent, they didn't know anyone, and they certainly weren't famous. I found my agent through the slush pile. I had publishing industry contacts in the sense that I joined the YA community years ago and started getting to know people, but I had zero personal connection whatsoever to the agent that I signed with. She just liked my book. So I promise you, you don't have to be famous and you don't have to know someone. Just write a great book, write a great query, curate that agent query list, send it out, and you never know what could happen. The second myth about literary agents that is just not true is that agents love rejecting people. While rejection is a natural part of an agent's job, any given agent, they don't have time to read everything. Not everything is going to be to their taste, and not everything is going to kind of be up to that publishable standard. So they have to reject things. But trust me, they don't enjoy it. All literary agents are in this business because they love books, they love reading, and every agent is looking to fall in love with a great book that they can then sell and work with an author to help them make their dreams come true. Rejection is an unfortunate side effect, just in that they can't accept everything. So trust me, agents are looking to fall in love. They're not masochists who enjoy rejecting people. This is why so many of them do use firm rejections, because it's easier to kind of use something that is pre-written, that is as nice as possible, that they can send out without, kind of spending too much time on each rejection, because if you wallow in them, it's honestly really upsetting, because I think every agent is more than aware that they are crushing someone's dreams in that moment. But pick yourself up and keep going. It often takes multiple books. Literary agent myth number 3 is that a literary agent who has a ton of famous clients and huge book deals is therefore automatically an amazing agent and better than other agents. This just isn't true. While of course a stellar sales history and a really good roster of authors is a good sign, let me tell you, I know of plenty of literary agents that have very famous and big clients, and I have heard horror stories about their actual working style, things that they've done to writers. Don't always assume that huge agent equals someone who has, really solid business practices and won't necessarily screw you over or be a bad business partner. I say this so that you don't overlook the newer or smaller agents who either have a boutique list, or they're with a smaller agency, or they're new to the business, even if they're at a larger agency. Don't overlook them, because huge clients and sales aren't always the making of a great agent. Myth number 4 is that if a literary agent has an amazing social media presence, like they're really sparkling and witty and wonderful and showy on Twitter, that makes them a great agent. That is just not true. And in fact, in many cases, some of the most popular literary agents on Twitter don't actually have very many sales, or they're the very agents about whom you hear whispers of horror stories within the industry when you start talking to people. Please, please, please do not mistake an amazing social media presence for an amazing agent. Moreover, there are plenty of fantastic agents who basically don't use social media at all. They're not on Twitter, or if they are, they never tweet, and that doesn't make them a bad agent. I have seen this advice and it has made me cringe that, oh, you should have on your list of things that you're looking for in a literary agent that they're great on Twitter. That is a terrible way to judge whether or not someone is going to be a good business partner, good at their job, and good for you. So please, please, please do not correlate amazing on Twitter with amazing agent. The sixth myth about literary agents is that if an agent is at a really good agency, that they are always a really good agent. Unfortunately, this is just not always true. Now, it is often true. Often, of course, a great agency breeds great agents, but trust me, every so often you get an agent who's at an incredibly established, reputable agency with a good record of sales, and they are a garbage, trash fire. They drop clients, they lie, they shotgun their submissions, they're just not good at their job, they're poorly trained, they're getting away with murder. Now I know that sounds daunting because you're like, but Alexa, one of the ways I'm supposed to avoid schmagents is to look at whether the agency they're with is reputable, and I acknowledge that this is a kind of a catch-22. 99% of the time that is sound advice, but I'm giving you this myth for the 1% of the time when you have a great agency and there is a snake agent there who is not good despite where they work, so always look for additional red flags in this case. Literary agent myth number 7 is that aggressive and sharky agents are the best agents to have. So there are different kinds of agents and different kinds of agent styles, and one of the most visible ones is the aggressive slash sharky style, because aggressive slash sharky agents tend to have the biggest clients, the biggest sales, they have the splashiest stories of, this went out and 48 hours later we went to a 9-house auction and this sold for like $600,000. You are going to always hear those stories more than you're going to hear the vast majority of sales stories, which are a lot more normal. Now, a shark agent and an aggressive agent can be a really, really, really good fit for a lot of writers, but you do have to consider long-term career fit. So, do you write in a highly commercial style? Are you comfortable with a more brusque, aggressive agent who might make decisions for you, who's going to lead with fast sales, big money? In a lot of cases, if that sounds great to you, a shark might actually honestly be a great fit. Sharks slash aggressive agents, it's not a bad agenting style, and it really suits authors who are churning out highly commercial work that benefits from a big sale and a huge push. But for example, if you are kind of quirky or niche, or you're just really intimidated by that kind of thing, you might not want to sign with that kind of agent. There are all sorts of different kinds of agents that work for all sorts of different kinds of people, but the sharky aggressive ones get the most press, and so I see most often that everyone's like, oh well, I need to sign with a huge agent like that if I want to succeed and sell my book, and it's just not true that that is the end-all be-all and the best type of agent to go for every writer. And the 8th myth about literary agents that I hear more than I would like is that literary agents are a scam. They are not worth their 15%, and you shouldn't buy into this system, self-publish. And this is definitely a myth, because here's the thing. A good agent, an agent who is good at their job, who does what they are supposed to do, what they're there to do, which is to be a business partner with an author to get their book in front of the right editors at the right time, get them good offers, negotiate those offers well, then negotiate the contracts so that they are in their client's best interest, and then help them with other career management things, including being a go-between between the author and the publisher. An agent who does all of those things and does those things well more than earns their 15%. Honestly, of course, as authors, we want as much money as we can get, but I'll say something radical. Some agents probably deserve more than 15% for the amount of work that they are doing for their clients. Agents only make money when you make money, which is part of what makes this a healthy business relationship most of the time. Everything they do is for your benefit. You mutually benefit each other. It's not a scam. They're not trying to cheat you out of, your money, your cut of the money. They are helping to facilitate to get to you to where they are. And most agents, if they're good at what they do, if they have good relationships, and if they're great at negotiating, the work that they do for you way more than covers their fee. They're very often going to get you either more money or more favorable terms that all make the 15% more than worth it. And that's it. Those are 8 myths about literary agents that I think are really unfortunate that I wanted to clear up for you. Let me know down below in the comments if you have any questions. Are there any myths or things that you've heard about literary agents that you're either really mad about because you know they're not true, or you're curious about because you're like, Alexa, I heard this. Is this true? Let me know down below. I mean, honestly, I could probably come up with even more myths about literary agents and do a whole other video. Let me know down below in the comments. I would love to hear from you. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It lets me know that you want to see more listicle type content where I'm debunking things and telling you the truth and giving you the publishing real talk. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that. I'll wait. I post new videos 2 to 3 times a week all about YA, the industry, publishing, writing, craft, books, and so on. Thank you so much guys for watching, and as always, happy writing.